in general, for a turning application, if we get the wireframe model for lathe programming, it's more than enough. You can do a complete operation by using wireframe model, but uh, from the customer, every time you cannot get the wireframe model. Sometimes you may receive solid models. Okay. At present, we have one a solid model, and we are going to use this solid model, and how to make this solid model into wireframe model, which is need for our programming application, and how we are going to use this geometry for making the NC program. If you see this model, it's like look like a casting. Okay, so first of all, I'll extract the wireframe uh, from this model. As I told you the beginning, I am considering this model as a casting model. Okay, so the casting model, we are going to machine it now. uh, so naturally, if the casting is there, means around 3 to 4 they will keep the stock, they will keep for making the casting. This casting later on to be machined and to bring the exact size. So now, uh, this solid model, from this solid model, I am going to extract the wireframe first. Now you can see that there is a turn profile option is available. uh, Another thing also available, that is called a shell out boundary, but shell out boundary you can use it for milling, but in turning you can use directly a turn profile option. Okay, I select a turn profile. This is the solid model and selection. Uh, Now what do you want? Upper profile or lower profile or the full profile? What do you want? That you need to select first. Now we need a upper top profile only. Um, you can convert as a slice curve or spline. So once you select it and say OK. Now we got the wireframe now. Now just I'll say all wireframe, I select. Okay, now you can see that the yellow color is the this is the our wireframe model. Okay, so we extracted the uh, wireframe from the solid model. This is my component. Okay. Uh, Now, as I told you, we are going to consider this as a casting. So we are going to add offset 5 material for making the stock model. I'll say offset, offset chain. I'll select this component chain, and offset direction. I'll indicate other side. So it's I'll make it 5 Okay. Okay. So this is the your stock model, and the inner one is the your component need to be machined. Okay. Um, Now you can see in this model already they made the chuck and stock model. So we are not going to use this chuck. So this method is you can see that they holding this job on the group. It's a different type of holding. You can see it's a different kind of holding. Okay, it's a special type of chuck. Okay, we are not going to use that chuck. Okay, we are going to define our own stock and fork holding. We'll do one thing. We'll put this geometry, wireframe geometry in the layer, all wireframe. We'll select this entire thing. Before that, we'll change the color of finished component and the stock model. I will select the chain and change the color. So the yellow one is the stock model and the red one is the my finished component. Okay, I'll keep it automatic selection method. I'll select all this, right click and change the level. I'll give the name of the layer. Okay, other things are not necessary. So we are not going to use it. What are the existing work holding methods? Now we have two wireframes only. First of all, we'll draw one center line. Now we'll go to the stock setup, properties. We'll take the revolve geometry. So you can select the chain. Okay. You can see the preview. Okay, how it is look like. This is the your stock. Okay, press enter. Okay. Now we are going to hold this component. So we'll take the standard soft jaw. Holding point I will select. I am holding it there. Okay. Accept. Okay. If you want, you can see by shaded also. So now we have defined our stock and also our holding. Now we are going to start our machining. Now we'll not see the solid model here, but solid model will interference. It will create confusion in you. So we are not considering solid model here for machining. First we'll facing and then boring. Then we'll do the rough out of the roughing and finishing. Okay. We'll select the okay. Now we'll go for a tool path. First of all, we'll go for the facing tool path. So first you take the facing tool, setup, change to clockwise. Okay. Okay. Then parameter, you can provide all the parameters. Here I'll keep this stop. point 2 is the finish pass, one finish pass I am considering. Okay, remaining thing will accept as such. Okay. So now you can see the facing is over. Okay. Now we need to do the roughing from this point to this point. Okay. Yes. So up to that I am going to do the roughing. We'll select the um, uh, I'll select directly finishing tool here. So I selected the tool which you can do possible by plunging also together. So based on that idea, I have selected that tool. So I will go here, depth of cut I change it. So I will go to plunge parameter. I will select the plunge parameter here. Okay. Now stock I will say that use stock for outer boundary. Now I will say if you want to do some finish first means one semi finishing you can add it. Okay. 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 Uh, somewhere it is making some entry, there is making some, okay, because while plunging it is creating some error. So I'll little change in the lead in lead out now. So I'll so it is entering only the issue is, so I'll say vertical entry now. Okay. 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 Regenerate. Okay, now there is no issue now. You can see this is the vertical entry. You can see the three lines are there. So still zero point 0.2 mm stock will be there because we have kept it for finishing. Okay. We will use the same tool for finishing also. You can say select last. By saying last, it automatically selects the previously selected chain. Okay. Oh, I forgot to switch on the plunge parameter, so you can switch on. Okay, now I switched on the plunge parameter. Okay, so this is the, so outer roughing is finished now. Now we need to do the ID boring. Okay, mm, so we may need to little extend here, because so this is also comes under roughing. So okay, I selected the chain. I'll select the ID tool. Uh, you need to check whether the tool, which tool you should have take. But you can check it. What is the name? Clockwise, anti-clockwise, all the things you can check it. Okay. So you see that if I select clockwise, it's showing up. If you keep it anti-clockwise, then it works correct. Okay. Accept rough parameter. So here plunge parameter is not necessary. Whatever default is there, you can accept it. So I suppose if I want to remove entire thing, still I need to extend this profile. Um, from there it has to go out. Okay, how much it need to go? So I'm just adding 10 mm more. No, no, it is not still workable. Okay, I think that is not. So it's only go for the first pass. Okay, it's better we can extend this profile. So it's better I will go for adding one more line and okay and rechange this. Right click and rechange. Okay, okay, rechange that. Okay. So for this also we need one finish pass. Finish last you can say. The same tool you can use it no problem. Okay, finish. So this is the roughing and finishing completely we have done it. So in case if you receive the casting for machining, how to how to machine that we have seen it now. So in this in order to finish there is a second setup also is there. You need to machine at the back side. Now we'll see the back plot. The first set of work we have finished now. So what is left out material you can do it by the second setup. You can flip this model and reset for the second setup or make a separate file. Okay, I would define a new mission group. Mm, just I will copy this profile and put it in the layer. I give 2000. So for this name I will give second setup. Okay. Now I will switch off the earlier one. Only this 2000 second setup only I will switch on. It should be copied, but I have moved it. Sorry. I have made a mistake here. Okay. Layer copy. Okay. Okay. I just copy it again. Okay. Now we have both. Okay. It's better you regenerate one time so that any issues are there will be clear now. Now we'll go to the layer and we'll select the second layer and this one switch off. Now I can go for the second setup. So I need to do the mirror for the opposite side. For that I will have drawn one line. Now I'll say mirror, transform, mirror. I'll select this entire chain. Okay, hand selection. Oh, haha. That about hmm, hmm. Okay, I changed. Okay, I say. Hmm. Uh, so there was an issue. First, I'll do one thing. I'll change the level. So now I'll switch off the previous one. So this happening because we have copied the things now. That's the reason it's creating issue. Everything get I have made a mistake because of that reason it has created entire issue. So I think I need to. So the problem was I moved the original geometry. So it understands. It understand that I have made the. So if I go for regenerating this, then it will be issue again. So now I will delete everything. I'll do it in everything separate. So if I do in another way, it will create issue. So I'll do it again, the same thing, whatever we have done it. I am just repeating now. So there is a issue means definitely we need to resolve it. Okay, stock setup we have made it now. So this problem may come to you also. So I'll say you stock. Here I'll say 0. One by one you do it regeneration. If you select everything regenerate, then everything will be collapsed. So only selected operation you need to regenerate. That only mentioned now. Okay. Now I'll change the parameter to 1M. Okay, and regenerate. Oh, I made the same mistake. What I thought. Okay. I selected entire thing to regenerate. Okay, but actually single operation has to be regenerated. Now I'll add chain now, rechain all. Now you see that it is taking the opposite geometry from that point. Okay, so up to that radius. Okay, okay. Just we will regenerate only this operation. Okay, only that selected operation. I rearrange that entire thing. Uh, okay, so rearrangation over. Then we can select the finish and we'll regenerate again. This over bottom roughing. Okay, I'll select the chain now. Rechain all. Okay. Uh, okay. Okay. Regenerate. So this also we can regenerate. So everything over now. Oh, okay. Reselect all. Okay. Okay. Now we finished the first operation. Now this kind of issue may come to you also. Okay. This happens. Let's just will regenerate and see. Facing is over. This is the roughing. Ah, finishing it is going in the wrong way, I think so. So we'll select it. Ah, this is what is issue. Rechain on from there to there. Okay, accept, regenerate. So whatever the issue was there in the previous, those things we have already finished. Next we'll go for the second setup. Now first setup we can switch on and we'll go for the second setup. So we can eliminate that whatever the tool path visibility. Next we'll go for the I'll go for transform to translate. The entire thing I will move. It's nothing but I am doing my zero setting approximately. Um, Actually I need to have draw some line. At present I have not done anything. Okay, so it's better to have one line there. So one line I will draw here in order to get the moving point. Okay, so that intersection point I will hold it and move this component. Okay, now I will go for the translation. Transform, translate all entities, vector, this point to this point, and I will say move. Okay, accept. So now what are all the things you feel that it's not need for you, those things you can delete it. Okay, now this vertical line and not required, I delete it. Now again we'll go for the stock setup for the second setup. Now we'll say stock setup, revolve geometry. This outer one is the stock. Okay, then we are going to hold standard. Okay, I'll select the holding point. Already you have machined this, so you can hold it from somewhere here. Okay, okay. So this is your second setup. Okay, we'll remove that display of first setup toolbar. We can actually we should have done it from the exact point where already we have machined it. No, that's the point. You can somewhere you can hold it. Okay. Okay. No, it's considered correct. It is considering the stock. So it's not allowing. You can see. Okay, we should have defined the stock in right way. Okay, no problem. No problem. The holding is not going to do anything with the INC file. So what is left out? We are going to machine it now. Tool path, rough, chain. So for that, I think we need to add some more line, extension lines all. It's better to have add some more lines so that okay. It's better you add one more line here also so that roughing will be easy. Turning, roughing, tool path, chain from there. Okay, and select chain partial. No, clear. Again reselect chain partial weight. This, 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 and this. Okay, this is my roughing tool. I'll select the tool and set up. Change it clockwise. Use for stock for outer boundary. So just the depth I will change it to 1 mm. If you want, you can add one semi finishing part. Okay, so roughing is over now. Now remaining thing will machine it now. Tool path, lathe, rough tool path, and select chain. So we will select from there only, nothing wrong. We should have extended little more than it was well and good. We'll add one more extension line, then only it will be look good. Okay, make it straight. Okay, I'll delete this. I'll broke that line and made the deleted. Now we'll go tool path, rough tool path, chain partial weight. This full work, either you can do it by face screwing or roughing. Let us see how it is going to happen. So I'll select the chain. Okay, I'll select the tool. Uh, Use stock for outer boundary. I'll say flange parameter. I'll switch on. Okay, Now we will backplot and see how it is going to do that. Now we have done the roughing. For the grooving, naturally this tool will not go inside that. For that, we need to do the face grooving. And again, I will go to turning, grooving toolpath, and chain. Direction, I will just reverse the chain direction. From there up to here. Maybe we might have extended little more, it's well and good. So we can select the face groove tool. Now how much D? 16 mm. It's okay now. We check with the chair setup. Okay, okay. This is how by selection itself it understand how to what is the direction it has to cut. Okay, we say accept, accept. Now we just see that how it is working this. All other parameters we'll see deeply in the next this thing. Just about, there are many things parameters need to be known. So those things we will see in the next coming toolpaths. This is the project we have taken so that we select entire thing and finish the project. Um, by doing this component complete, we seen ID grooving and face grooving and ID turning and other, which is two things are new here. You learned it now. So in the next class, we'll see deep about the grooving and ID turning and other thing we'll see. Okay, okay, na? Thank you.